Hello, I've been Pinion back with another knife fight for you. And today it's going to be on the Benchmade Adamas and the SOG Tomcat 3.0. Now, price-wise, these things are overpriced. They're still great knives, but like the norm for the SOG is like 300, and the norm for like the Benchmade is 200 or so. But you can find them for much less than that. First off, let's talk about sheaths. Sheath-wise, I prefer the Benchmade. It's a molly sheath, has this clip that you can detach, has a nice button closure, snap closure, and then when it's open, you can just Velcro holds it there. It's a pretty sturdy sheath. I like it a lot. As far as the SOG, I think for the price of knife, I should have given you a much better sheath. I'm not saying it's a bad sheath. It's still pretty good quality. Nice stitching, good clip, belt clip. The Velcro so far is nice, but when you have the knife in there, it still rattle it around quite a bit. So, I mean, if you're carrying it and, like, accidentally that comes open, there's a chance that the knife could fall out. So, I prefer the Adamas sheath, but you decide which one you like. Now, as far as knives go, which one do I prefer? Well, if I'm wanting something more along the lines of a folding fixed blade, I'd probably go with the Benchmade. You know, I'm looking for something classy, excellent slicer and everything. I go with the Tomcat. And as far as comfortability and grip-wise, I'd go with the Tomcat. Now, talk about construction. You got really good construction on either one. I mean, the Adamas has these thick G10 handle scales, thick liners, very strong construction. Just there's no give here at all. It's very tough. It's Tomcat. You still got full liners. You got nice steel bolsters. Craton handle scales here, but so that adds some strength to it, but it slightly flexes, just slightly. So construction-wise, I would give it to the Adamas, being stronger construction. Comfortability, again, I'd have to go with the Adamas because it's not as boxy as... I'd have to give it to the Tomcat. I keep getting these two mixed up. But I'd give it to the Tomcat because it's much more comfortable to hold than the Adamas. The Adamas is just way too boxy. And as far as grip, again, probably the Tomcat, because that craton really grips your fingers very well. For carrying, well, the Adamas has a pocket clip that can be reversed to either side. Plus, you know, the lock and the thumb studs. That's all. It's a fully ambidextrous knife. Plus, it has the sheath if you want to carry it on your belt. Tomcat, on the other hand, just comes with the sheath. I put a clip on, but it does not come with a clip. There's no clip to order either. It's meant solely as a sheath knife. So, in that respect, I have to go with the Adamas because I prefer carrying it in my pocket. So. Now, if the Tomcat came with a clip, I might lean more towards the Tomcat, but it doesn't. So it comes with the sheath, and you saw it rattles around in the sheath, so I think it's just not good in that respect as far as carrying wise. Blade, well, they both have really good blades. Now you get the D2 with the black coating on the Adamas. You get the VG10 on the Tomcat. You get flat ground, you get hollow ground. You get slight recurve, you get just a straight drop point. Now, if I was going to use these in tactical situation, I'd probably go with the Adamas, having that stronger, thicker tip, and just a strong, thick blade throughout. Tomcat offers a strong, thick blade, but it tapers to a slight tip. It does have a clip point instead of a drop point. But as far as slicing is concerned, you know, if I'm doing utility work and stuff, I'd go with the SOG, because it's an excellent slicer. This, on the other hand, is more, you know, brutish when it comes to cutting. It doesn't slice quite as well, having such a thick blade and thick grind to it. But again, for like tactical or outdoor use, I would definitely go with the Adamas. The Tomcat for just utility and stuff. I mean, you could push it into a tactical roll. It doesn't have such a thin tip that it's easily gonna break, but you know, it's definitely not gonna be the toughest piercer, but it will still do the job. Being a clip point, it's gonna have a lot easier time piercing than the drop point on the Adamas. Lock wise, they both have similar locks. You got the arc lock on the SOG, the access lock on the Benchmade. They're both very good. I prefer the access lock. I've just had very good experience with it. But the arc lock is not bad either. But as with so many SOGs, there's slight up and down blade play. Very slight. Benchmade, I believe, has a little bit. Yeah, it's even less. There's still some, but it's even less on the Benchmade. And it's just, it's a lot easier to use somewhat with the Benchmade. I will say that the advantage of the arc lock on the SOG is that it sticks out a lot further, so it's much easier to disengage, even with just your thumb or index finger. But they're supposed to both be extremely strong locks, so I mean, you can basically use both of these for utility, outdoors, or tactical, you know, self-defense. You're supposed to have both really strong locks. They both have very good blades. VG10 is very good at holding an edge and toughness, as well as corrosion resistance. D2, on the other hand, is semi-stainless. It doesn't, you know, resist corrosion as much as the VG10 might, but it has very good toughness and edge retention ability. So this thing stays sharp for a good long while, and luckily it comes with the black coating, so that helps with corrosion resistance. But once the coating wears off, then what? You know, you have to watch the blade a little bit more. But they're both still very, very good knives. Deployment-wise and retracting, I prefer the Adamas. This is my smoothest knife I have. It's just buttery smooth. SOG, on the other hand, is not quite as refined. Plus, with the SOG, you get Teflon washers instead of bronze washers like on the Adamas. So they want you to pay more for this, but they're not gonna give you the better washers. So yeah, they're both very good knives, nevertheless. So I mean, if I was left stuck having one, I guess I would choose the Adamas. Because of the stronger construction, stronger blade. And you know, it still retains a very strong lock, and even though the grip is not quite as comfortable, it's still comfortable enough to use. And just the overall ease of use with it, plus the pocket clip and a better sheath. The SOG still maintains good ergonomics, still strong, still has the very good steel. But again, it doesn't come with a pocket clip. If you can get a pocket clip, I got a pocket clip, then you know, it makes this all the more better. My favorite is the SOG actually, but so I mean, this is the one I've been carrying recently, but I mean, if it came down to it, I would go with the Benchmade. But you decide. I mean, stronger frame, stronger, thicker blade. No, actually, I think the blades are about the same thick. They're the same thickness, but stronger tip. Pocket clip and better sheath. You know, better ergonomics, better grip, better slicer. But still lacking compared to the Benchmade. You know, better aesthetics too. It's just a better looking knife. But anyway, you decide. But that's my knife fight. Thanks for watching. God bless.